So, in the words of my 8-year-old, it's not about style, but about comfort. And that to me really brings up a beautiful energy signature of Cancer. She's full of beauty, grace, style, potential prestige, and she's all about monetary value. aiming for that Capricorn. Solid foundations flipped upside down. The Cancer makes her lateral approach from a side to side view. Let me get some of my tea here. So soon to be happy new moon. I'm really excited to be here with you. The energy today is one that is being proclaimed, claimed here and there, hitherto, by none who choose to claim such an energy sig that is one appealed to crying and the lesser form of denying. Cancer, the bitch with style and class. The maternal mother who may be a little bit of a clash, but would be the first to decimate and over-discover her ability to compensate and fill in for the needs and care of her children. The Cancerian who lives in a shell is the least known, visible, and readily available to men. Similar to the Scorpion, who feels a bit more delicate as it requires a deadly sting, a deadly sin. The movable house of the Cancerian allows her true mobility as well as invincibility as she finds structure and protection in her home. The Cancerian also brings with her a deep traditional and moralistic mindset, holding up and aiming toward traditional values. If the son is carried by the mother, then the mother is the first voice driven by the son. Proclamation as well as declaration of a vessel made in time. For the expression is just of the light, but today it is as we see none. As soothing as it may be, the waters are cunning, the waters are cutting. Today's beautiful Cancerian new moons offers you an opportunity of home and spiritual renewal, as the home has been set upon her new foundation. It's as if she's moved upon a new home, but truly her home has just adjusted, making space and room for her new body to come. She realizes that she is a full package. The moment that she stepped out escape, the household immediately expounded. As she grew and her waist grew wider, the waters and the space around her just began to mold, bend in time and time again. Bending and molding, bending and molding, as she had a heart that was grown 10 times the size. Speaking of the Capricorn full moon, the Capricorn full moon was the house production, the completion of the new model. And now Mama Crab is ready and settled in her new home. As it is new home, she brings remnants of the one past, and so she's able to redecorate with the same things of long ago. It's not about the style, but about the comfort. Bringing back to its great Venusian friend Taurus, who loves style and comfort, but has the tendency to remain stagnant. And although Cancer is quite comfy and can get really stuck and still in the past, I don't think that she's sure of anything but dissatisfaction, which keeps her crawling and moving for more. Not only does her waist expand, but so does her belly. And the children come from far and wide to feed on the bosom. If insecurity is lacking, then the Cancerian will bring that forth, right? The waters are constantly moving underneath. She may appear stoic on the forefront, but the oceans are everlasting. So true and similar for many to come, but sure none is other like the moon. Imagine the loss and the distortion of the moon. Here comes all types of crimes and cries, losses and manias and uncontrollable sheets, heaths. The uncontrollable masses. The moon represents those who have masks and performers and dramatists and poets alike. The mover and the shaker and the presenter of the show. She's like the moving circus, the loud band alike. Elephantine in its structure, but monkey and jungling about. The Cancerian has deep access to the bottoms of the ocean. And as she walks and she crawls, she eats at the debris, the small critters that she finds along the way. She's a cleaner, she's a healer, she's a repairer. She notices and sees all the details, and she's very much able to put it all together, weaving and cloaking. As the Cancer to me has great connection and ties to her sister, the spider. Although a different in 8 legs, it's sure, but a difference. The crab is really quirky and kooky and ootsy in her own rights. There's no one quite like the crab, I'll tell ya. She's the one who moves the tides. Unpredictable, unpredictable. Luring you in, pushing you out, luring you in, fucking you up, beating you up, and then drowning you, bringing you to the top for the air, then drowning you, bringing you to the top for some air, then drowning you, bitch, and slapping you about the ocean. She's a bit kooky and low-key. Low-key. A little kooky and low-key. The lion is the externalization of what he finds in his mother's heart. As the mother whispers secrets of time in place, revealing to you the secrets of the past. Remember where you came from, darling. Remember where you came from, darling. The sound of her voice reverberates in the deep history that shatter and tremble within his bones. Recalling your DNA structure, your genes have been reawakened. Call on my name. Call on my name. And so they say in the fourth house of the Cancerian is where you carry your name, where you get your name, the lineage and heritage of your name. You're remembering your name today. Your name is calling you. I hear them calling your name. Fame and popularity is an initial reaction of an explosion that was shown by the sun. A ripple effect of what can be perceived as a malfunction. Hence, this is why it's always a little bit unperceived, as it is a juncture in time and space causing spontaneous combustion. And speaking that of the likes, we all gotta be a little kooky in order to be a mother of something else. Losing parts of our mind and heart and body and soul, giving it onto another as to create space. And again, expansion at the waist. This is what the Cancerian new moon energy feels like. This is what the energy new moon feels like. I know a lot of you are missing the maternal figure, and sometimes it's hard to connect for what has been lacking. For what it takes, I'd like to be able to provide some initial reprieve and relief from the lack thereof. Holding space for your retrieval of time, love, space, and familial dynamic. I am solely but truly only vessel of the divine Holy Spirit, so the sources do not come from me, the sources flow through me, so ultimately once this connection is broken, there's no longer feeding on this direction, as the flow is always readily available to you as you call upon it. So until you are ready to house such, then I am so now holding space for you. Stand on your bricks of time. Stand on your bricks of time. Stand on the bricks on time. Stand on the bricks on time. Very interesting. So we have darkness, of course, on the new moon. Long night moon, which is, I believe, usually the balsamic moon or the balsamic phase as we are currently in. I'm not really going to apologize for all that has brought you up until here and now. It's just simply as it is in true expressions as it has chosen to be. It is what it is, either way. Lavender essential oil, bedtime tea with like lavender and chamomile. CBD, teeny bit of THC. A sleepy mama in the midst of preparation of her shedding cyclical process. And then we have realization. Oof. So we have realization, the number 3, and then 40, which boils back down to 4. And so as we stare into the long night ahead, it's almost like sitting in meditation when you're walking through that long corridor, looking and extending yourself for the light. As you slowly and calmly walk and walk and walk, the further you get away from your body, your mind is projecting into the unknown, the long night ahead. Upon you travels forward, you eventually reach your keyhole. Realization has occurred as we come upon our waxing crescent phase 1. set to take place, I believe, the 10th, 11th, and even the 12th. Tonight is for deep exploration and allowing your mind to go to the places unknown. Basically, using your mind to travel back into time, but in a forward movement. See, Cancer, doesn't really stay back. I mean, Cancer gets held back emotionally, but only for a certain amount of time. And every Cancerian is different. And every situation and imagination and emotional experience is pondered differently. But for the most part, Cancerians have pincers. And they're able to cut the silk in time. And I keep saying time because the opposition or the opposite side or the other face of Cancer is Capricorn, who is ruled by Saturn, the keeper and master of time. Hand in hand, Cancer rules that memory system. And memories can be used as markers in time, right? As we record history via the memories, unlocking the keys of realization. Let's get one more from here. I really don't care what you think of me. Whatever part of me was speaking, I had to give it space for that to say it. And that's exactly true. Because although potentially maybe bothered, the goal is always to step through. And here we go. New moon. It makes me emotional. New moon beginnings. I just love it because that's confirmation for this whole entire reading, as the escalation has culminated properly. Animal spirit. As Cancerians love animals, they are caretakers at heart. Animal spirit message for the new moon. This isn't really about their cards. It's about the whole entirety of the situation. Everything sparked and stirred is exactly as it should. I want you to show yourself to me. Who's working for me tonight? Who's working for the collective tonight? We appreciate and honor our animals as they are set here to serve us. Okay, so we have the bat spirit. A rebirth is assured. And the otter spirit. Yeah, we're here to definitely serve animals and take care of them, but in turn, their very nature is to be loyal and to serve us in one way or another. And not all animals, as there is a big bunch of majestic animals that us humans should be bowing to. You are never alone, and this again is a weird play on hierarchy. Don't come for me on any of that. Reality is set in place, although our distortions are really set interceptions, whatever. You are never alone. The otter spirit. A rebirth is assured. You are never alone. So it looks like something was promised to you, and for a second you just basically felt abandoned and as if that this promise would not be fulfilled. A rebirth is assured is letting me know that your gift or this request or this renewal called on by you has not gone unnoticed or unheard. The birth of its manifestation is set to come forth. I believe this the realization, the breaking through of the realization of basically an act of surrender by projecting yourself out of your body, through your mind, into the light. Hence bringing you a realization that is brought into illumination, which is a result of a rebirth assured. And also in tandem with this, reaffirms to you that you are never alone. So if there's been someone that you've been trying to contact and you felt like you haven't had any previous success, well, the birthing of that canal is set to open and manifest through this dark moon opening. It's making its way through a long night of dark travel, but will soon be crowned, assuring you that you are never alone and that you never were alone. Wow. Ooh, look who's at the bottom of the deck. She even creeps me out sometimes, I'm telling you. Make your dreams real. 8, but that to me is the cosmic mother. Okay. Let's see. I want to get a Lenormand card. Although I am a newbie to the Lenormand, I know how to read symbolism. It's not that complicated. Well, I mean, once you learn your language, at least. I do have respect for the Lenormand and its uses. I'm just pulling out the energies like a rabbit from a hat, showing you and representing the energies and essence coming through this moon portal. So we have coffin. And the coffin is an ending of sorts, is laying something to rest. And the coffin itself can bring this feeling of melancholy, of loss, of like sudden reversal. But I think to me this is something that will soon be rebirthed, something that you laid to rest, something that was laid to rest. And you were expecting to never hear from this or never expecting to connect to this. And it looks like something may be rising from the dead. I don't know why I keep getting that. And so something, and to me, I think it's gifts stored long ago, long in your past. As I'm recalling in the channeling, because I'm getting bits and pieces of understanding why I'm calling this up, is we went back into time and we reawakened our DNA structure. Maybe even if we did not have exactly that maternal line or that maternal image, quality, spirit, energy around you to nurture it and remind you of who you are, the digging and calling of past through are now coming through to resurrect itself through a rebirth is assured and a new beginning. The coffin could also be laying something to rest for good, sealing the last nail in the coffin, burying what you know is no longer yourself, no longer desired. Something that needed to be achieved over the last course of a year since the Cancer eclipses last year has been achieved. And now this karmic cycle can be put to rest, as you no longer have to wear that sleeve. I want to get a second card on this coffin. Tell me more. And then we have clover here. And the clover is a bell of luck. It's wealth. I mean, it's a 3-leaf. There's 3-leaf, but the clover is fertility. It's very feminine. To me, it represents like estrogen, sexiness, development, curves. But this is wealth, money, and luck. after laying something to rest, you have manifested money, wealth, and luck. And the clover is not just any type of wealth or any type of luck. It's a type of luck, or it has like a twang to it, the clover. The clover has a particular touch to it that really kind of ignites and makes distinction into this wealth, this luck that is coming your way, or that you have manifested, or that you have uncovered. And your DNA's unlocked. Okay. If none of you have gotten a human design reading, I'd suggest getting a human design reading. I do those, and this is exactly tying into your genes and the gene keys and very specific gifts that you carry, and the majority of your life purpose here towards humanity. The energy is so weird because you might be afraid to accept what it is that you asked for. There's fear surrounding this gift, and I think the coffin also represents fear. Bringing you to a final test and battle, one that needs to be overcome in order to accept such richness, such birth. Again, everything has a mirror, and everything has two sides. The twang to the undertone is significant of what is now yours. Closing message, please. It's really warm. I had to sing my kids to sleep today, basically. I put on a little performance for them, if you would. You are blessed with the essence and playfulness of my children. As they normally have the blessing of seeing Mama perform. Ups and downs, lefts and rights. Closing message for this new moon cycle. Child of Earth. So, the Child of Earth is the Page of Pentacles. And the Page of Pentacles is someone who has received a new opportunity to pursue something of their dreams. The opportunity to tantalize an object or some type of life goal. It is also extremely tantalizing, stirring up the inner curiosity and inventiveness of a childlike mind. The Page of Earth, or the Child of Earth, is also ready to give you a tangible earthly offer. This is a new start and a new beginning on the earth plane. Ace of Feel. I can't help but feel like there's a child and the Creator. Child of Earth, Page of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, and the Magician. I'd pay attention to your environment, to any childlike behaviors, but as well as childlike influences Perhaps you may encounter with a child-like being who has something to offer you. And it can really be truly just a touch of the heart. There's a reason why Scrooge did not like children and times of holiday and family. As children carry the love, children carry the magic. If you are upturned to the presence of children, then I'd have you take a look at some emotional components that are a bit disturbed. But until then, this message, renewal, or spark of manifestation may find its way through a child's eyes. So be mindful as you lay something to rest. Totally making room and indulging in a new creative renewal, in which the space you have already created passed. So here's to new growth and new expansion, as well as a new sense of comfort and then style. So yeah, until next time, I'll talk to you later.